everybody, welcome to the Frontier Preparedness channel. My name is Billy, and today we're going to be discussing whether or not we as a population can survive without electricity. But before we do that, if you don't mind, check our content, see if you like it. If you do, consider subscribing, sharing our videos, liking our videos, and most importantly, hit the notification bell. It does let you know when we post new content. Without further ado, let's discuss. Before everybody starts typing whether or not they will or they will not survive without electricity, I'm here to tell you that electricity is something relatively new. It does not mean that you will be dropping like a bird just because the power goes out. What I'm trying to say here is you will have very uncomfortable time getting used to the new. And that's what we try to discussing here. If the power goes out right now, how will you deal with the lack of power? Power that it gives you entertainment, power that gives you food, power that gives you comforts, and power that, quite frankly, lets you go through to point A, from point A to point B in a relatively short time. And it did not used to be like that. So that's what I'm talking here. And why I'm saying that is because the way that things are moving, the way that things are developing, the first thing that we're going to be seeing is power outages. Power outages because of fuel. We are seeing a fuel shortage already. There's no denying that. Prices are going to skyrocket. Whether you like to believe it or not, that is completely up to you. I'm not here to prove my case. I'm just here to give you my opinion. I have enough fuel stored away to last me quite a bit. However, eventually it will run out. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do solar to run my solar generators? Don't know. I live in Alaska. Summertime will not be a problem. Wintertime does present a problem. Can I do wind power? Again, summertime will not be a problem. Wintertime, it gets so cold in here that those turbines are gonna break. Flat out. You also have to consider, do you have the amount of money that it takes to do all of those systems? It does take quite a significant amount of money. Not everybody has that amount of money. You have to turn yourself into a penny pincher when it comes to those type of things. Are you rather put money into electricity? Are you rather put money into firearms that will protect your life? Or are you rather put money into food? You see, you are now, as they say, between the wall and the knife, or the wall and the sword, whatever it is. You guys know the saying. So, what do you do? What do you do? I'm here to tell you there's a lot of people who are addictive to their personal devices. Very addictive. That's also an addiction. Same as pills, same as alcohol, same as drugs, same as any other substance. It is an addiction. What do you think those people are going to do? If you're in a different area, you probably can get away with a lot more than what we do, than what we can get away with. Essentially what I'm trying to say here, if you live in an area like I live, there's only so much stored fuel that you can have. There's only so much that you can do, and you either will embrace the darkness or you will go crazy. That's just the way it is. Now, can we survive without electricity? Absolutely. I was born without electricity. I know what it is to live without electricity. Not as you guys may think, oh, the power went out. No. You got to understand, where I am from, there was no electricity. I was born without electricity. I was raised in an outhouse. No power. We had kerosene lamps. That's all we had. Now I got used to here, but it does not mean that I don't know how to revert back. In fact, we practice that in here quite a bit. However, Americans are very spoiled. And I'm not here to offend anybody. It's just the truth. They're very spoiled because, well, guess what? They earn it. They fought wars. They won. They got their spoils of that war. The dollar is the world currency. It is what it is. So people got spoiled, me included. But if everything gets taken away, do you think that folks will not have issues with that? Do you think people will not go crazy? Do you think will not be riots and on the streets? If that's what you think, that everything's going to be normal, no issues, nobody's going to complain because they don't have their AC, or nobody's going to complain because, it's freezing and, you got popsicles coming out of your nose, but it's okay. It's okay. The power will come back. You are sadly mistaken. People will complain. People will get angry. People will do crazy things. And here is what we have to do. We have to prepare as best as we can. As best as we can for the long haul. Because this thing is, if it happens, will be a long one. Long. And there's only so much that we can put away. And our supplies will eventually run out. Because nothing lasts forever. We're going to have to rely on renewable sources as wood, our gardens, solar, if we have it, at least to provide light inside to see what we're doing. I really don't think having kerosene lamps and storing a lot of kerosene is a really good idea. Quite frankly, technology has come quite a way that we can have lamps with cranks that we can just crank it and provides a lot of light. But be mindful that you guys have heard me say this before. For those of you who live in a cold weather environment, the best prep that we have ever got was a wood stove for the house and for the prepper shed. The best prep. Now, if you can't have it, you can't have it. There's nothing to it. I mean, you can't have what you can't have. But I strongly advise you to think outside the box. Propane lasts a long time. A long time. In fact, propane does not have an expiration. So keep that in mind. There are tricks for you to stay cool during hot days. But when it comes to sub-zero temperatures, you have to bundle up and you have to get near a heat source. Or to put it, just to make you understand, you will not make it to the next day. Electricity has changed our lives for the better. Without electricity, a lot of folks will not make it. A lot will adapt. A lot will revert back to those old ways. But I'm here to tell you that a lot will not. Especially older people. I'm not trying to bash on anybody. I'm not. I'm really not. I swear to you, I'm not. But as we get older, our body needs a little bit more tender and care. And we don't tolerate heat as good as we used to. We don't tolerate the cold as good as we used to. We don't tolerate bad diets as good as we used to. Our body does not bounce back from sickness as fast as we used to. So, prepare as much as you can today. Because what it looks like is coming ain't going to be pretty. So, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Prep on, y'all. Prep on. And I shall see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.